Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is ThePromG and welcome back to a brand new video. What I got today is the story of how I got into manga and anime. I guess it's not really a story, but just kind of telling you all the events that led up to me getting so invested into the hobby as I am today. Because believe me, in elementary school, I had absolutely no idea what a Gantz was. But here I am today, 19 years of age, and I'm going to tell you all the things that led up to me getting so deeply invested into manga and anime as I am today. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So for a little bit of context, I was born in the year 2001, and I believe when I was in 5th grade, it was 2011. I'm not really sure how the grade and age matches up, but yeah, it was about that time. And as a kid, I was always into this nerdy stuff, you know. I really liked baseball and football, and I still do today, but I was also really into Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Bakugan, basically all that other stuff that us nerdy kids were into back then. So yeah, at this point, I wouldn't say that anime was mainstream in Western culture. Obviously, lots of people liked anime, but the popularity of anime, and especially manga back then, really don't even scratch the surface of what it's become today. It absolutely is mainstream, whether you like it or not. So yeah, back then, anime was definitely not the cool thing, and definitely not the thing you want to go around boasting to all of your classmates that you're absolutely obsessed with. Personally, going through all of schooling, I've just always kind of worn that on my sleeve, you know, really being into anime, manga, and all that nerd culture stuff, and I've never really been bullied for it. I've always just been myself. You know, obviously, I'm just gonna be who I am at the end of the day, and I've always had lots of friends, and I like to think a decent amount of respect for my peers, so bullying was never really an issue, but at this point in time, anime was definitely not something you just go around boasting about. So for me, it all really started off in elementary school, and I kind of have a similar story to a lot of people in the community. We really started off with anime like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I have this friend who I'd always go to his house back in the day, and he taught me how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And we just sit there for hours playing. It really got me invested into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. And to this day, I still actually do play Yu-Gi-Oh! I keep up with the meta, so that's an interesting fact that you may not have known about me. So yeah, back in elementary school, I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I had this friend who somehow came across this large quantity of these Shonen Jump magazines. Now, I have no idea how he came across all these. I think he had like 10 in total, so he was giving out to all of his friends who were into anime, and especially Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can see, Yusei is right here on the cover, and that just got me super interested in this magazine. I really didn't know what this was at the time. All I knew is that it had some association to Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is something that I absolutely adored at the time. And as you can see right here, hopefully, it says there's a free Yu-Gi-Oh! Card inside. So obviously, seeing that as a kid who was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh!, you know, free exclusive Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, how could I pass that up? But as I started flipping through this Shonen Jump magazine, the amount of stuff other than this free Yu-Gi-Oh! Card just absolutely blew my mind and really introduced me to so many new things. At that time, the extent of my knowledge about manga and anime was basically Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, but seeing all the different stories and worlds in this book really blew me away. In this magazine specifically, there was Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, obviously 5Ds, but the two main series that really caught my eye were Siren and Ultimo. This volume is actually the start of Siren. This is the first chapter. There's actually some color pages in this one. I'll show you the beginning of it. As you can see there, chapter 1 of Siren. And yeah, it really did kickstart my love for other series of manga other than just Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I can't even tell you the amount of times that I read the first chapters of Ultimo and Siren. They're included in this book. I mean, just so many times I've reading them over and over again because I could not get enough of them. And somehow reading the same thing over and over again from these manga really kept my pea-brain entertained, I guess. But yeah, after I get tired of just reading the first chapter over and over again, I actually went to my library and I rented a couple volumes of Siren and Ultimo from them. Now here I have volume 1 of Ultimo. I actually do own this completed set, which is now extremely rare to come across an entire set of this manga. But yeah, back in the day, I would just go to the library and rent what they had of Ultimo and Siren back then, which is always just the first couple of volumes. And today, I'm super lucky to have an entire completed set of Ultimo, which is probably the most nostalgic manga in my entire collection, as well as an almost completed set of Siren minus the last 2 volumes, which aren't rare, so I should be able to get them anytime I want. But yeah, just having these series I was absolutely obsessed with reading back when I was in elementary school is super nostalgic and super meaningful, and that makes them some of the highlights in my entire manga collection. So the next part of my story may actually surprise you after telling you all these details about me reading manga in elementary school. That is, I actually stopped reading manga entirely until about, I believe, my junior or sophomore year of high school. It seems that my love of manga that I had in elementary school just kind of dissipated. I don't really know why, probably because it wasn't as accessible as it is today. But yeah, anime was just always a really big part of my life, whether it be through middle school or high school. It's just something that I always constantly enjoyed. I've always had friends who also like anime, so having the similar interest with a lot of my friends and also meeting some people that I never would have known otherwise if not for anime was a really cool thing that I had growing up. Actually, I take back what I said earlier. There's actually 1 year or like 1 semester of 7th grade that actually did read manga on Manga Rock, actually. But yeah, I would sit in language arts class and I'd just read Hellsing and Ultimo on my tablet, which was really cool, but I believe after that I just kind of fell out of manga and really didn't read anything. Back in my sophomore or junior year of high school, I can't really remember, but in that time I actually got my first ever job at a grocery store. At this grocery store, I basically just, you know, face shelves, fix labels, and bag stuff, and really nothing out of the ordinary there. One thing that was really cool about this job was actually a couple buildings down from a half-price books. I think the topic of manga came up between one of my friends and I, and we were just talking about it, and he mentioned half-price books, and now you would go there as a kid and just sit there all day after school reading manga, and I thought, there's manga at that store. I hadn't read manga in so long, and I was just super interested to see, what all they had in this half-price books. And I wanted to see if there was anything there that I read in my childhood, such as Hellsing or Ultimo, and to see if there's anything interesting there. So one day I had this really long shift. I think I started working at like 5 a.m. and I got off at like 11 or noon or something like that. I was absolutely exhausted, so I decided to unwind. I'd start off by going over to the half-price books for the first time, and as soon as I got in there, I went straight to the manga selection. I was just absolutely amazed that there was this big shelf completely full of manga. I can't remember exactly what I got. I think I got some volumes of like Mobile Suit Gundam: The Last Outpost or something, which I've since sold. But as I started buying used manga from them more consistently, I got more invested into the hobby. I started watching YouTube videos like Insidious Swede, Flippotaku, just watching a bunch of manga collection videos. It really did inspire me and make me want to have a collection of my own, just of massive scale, with all this amazing stuff that I enjoyed. And as you can see from behind me today, the dream has come true. There's always more I can get, but where I am right now, I'm super happy with what I've accomplished, or I guess all the money I've spent. I think if you look at my shelf and you look at all the series, whether it be, Ultimo, the first series I really ever read, and Siren along with that, and also series like Gantz and Berserk, and these things I really love, you really do get a good idea of just me by looking at my shelf. All the stuff that I keep on my shelves is stuff that really resonates with me in one way or another, and it's stuff that I really, really enjoy. So it kind of is cool to have this representation of myself through manga on my shelf. I don't know, there's just something really cool about that in my opinion. But yeah, as you guys are well aware, manga collecting definitely becomes an addiction. So as I kept watching these collection videos, I kept buying more and more manga, some of which was just stuff I didn't even want, but I just bought for the sake of buying, which is definitely something I learned over the years is something not to do when you start collecting. And about 6 or 7 months prior to when you're watching this video right now, I started my manga YouTube channel, which is something that I was just completely out of my element with, or at least I thought I was. Now, I watched manga YouTubers, but one in particular, that being Alonzi, really inspired me because he was new to the manga community and he basically just started a channel after reading a few manga, and he was just so successful and he had such amazing videos. I definitely was not confident in my manga knowledge at that time. I owned like probably 30 manga volumes in total, all of which were like different series, like miscellaneous first volumes. But as you can see, here I am today, recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And yeah, the rest is history. Ever since, I've just been absolutely obsessed with manga. It's been my favorite hobby, and I'm so glad that I got into this amazing community with all of you amazing people. I can't wait to see how my manga and anime journey continues, whether it be through YouTube or just collecting in general. There's always stuff to collect, always new stuff coming out, and always new stories to experience. So I'm really looking forward to what the future holds. And I want to thank all of you guys who consistently support me and subscribe and watch my videos. It really does mean the world to me. You guys will never know how much that means to me. I really do owe you guys a debt I can never pay, and for that I'm forever grateful. So I really do want to thank you guys for following me on this YouTube journey so far. And yeah, I hope you're looking forward to the future as much as I am. But yeah guys, that's my story about how I got introduced into manga and anime and my journey ever since to where I am today. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this, and make sure to leave in the comments below your story and how you got introduced into manga and anime as well, because I definitely want to hear those stories. Anyways guys, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.